Welcome to the Discover Universal podcast. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle. And watch your step on the moving walkway because we're taking you park to park to prepare you for your next visit. Let's Discover Universal.
Welcome to the Discover Universal podcast. My name is Kari, and I trim up my tree with bingo balls.
And I'm David, and I never go alone to Halloween Horror Nights.
How you doing, David?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
And I'm very excited about our topic today. We are talking about Universal Events.
Yes, we have
I almost
many.
said Universal Holidays because the events are of the holidays.
True.
But holidays is its own event.
It is.
Cool, let's start over.
Okay.
I've just confused everybody.
We got to top line this. We got to explain to people who have maybe not experienced our events.
Yes.
Let's just give them an overview of what those events are.
Okay.
There's a lot going on. This is a whole year-long situation.
Okay, so here at Universal, we have what we call marquee events.
Yes.
Those are the big ones.
Yep.
You probably know of the big three.
Okay.
So we have Mardi Gras in the spring.
Yes.
We have Halloween Horror Nights in the fall. And then, of course, Universal Holidays in the winter over the holiday season.
Yes.
Yes, those are the big three.
You're right.
There's a few other ones. We'll touch on those a little bit later, but those are the big three that everybody loves, everybody knows about, everybody wants to go to.
Right. But here's the thing. Everybody knows that, okay, Halloween is October 31st, right?
Right.
Oh, no. For us.
Not here.
For us here, we have a 2-month Halloween situation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They keep getting bigger.
I know. And that's what I love about it.
All right. So I guess we should say this episode is going to be kind of a top level discussion of what the events are, what you can expect from these events throughout the year.
Yes.
Okay. So I only say that because I know our super fans, our diehards, our annual pass holders, they're really going to want us to deep dive, talk about Halloween Horror Nights this year. And I want to promise you guys that that's coming. We probably aren't going to deep dive in this episode.
Yes.
We want to let our fans know across the country, if you're coming to Universal different times of year, what you can kind of expect.
Yes.
When it comes around, we'll talk about holidays this year, and we'll talk about Mardi Gras. So speaking of Mardi Gras, at the time of this recording, Mardi Gras is actually happening right now.
Mardi Gras is happening.
I think by the time the episode actually airs, it might be in the past, and then we'll already be looking forward to Halloween. So the time just keeps moving here.
I think I'm in a
Universal.
constant state of looking forward to Halloween, honestly, through the entire year. Starting November 1st, I'm looking forward to the next Halloween. It's my favorite holiday.
It's mine too.
Yeah.
It's been my favorite holiday for a long time.
I think maybe because of Halloween Horror Nights, it's my favorite holiday. Halloween Horror Nights is such an all-encompassing thing for me just because I work here and I get so excited to, see the announcements and see the decorations pop up. And, it's just a constant state of oh my gosh, what's coming up next?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Are we breaking down Halloween first then? Let's dive into Halloween first.
Let's start with Halloween first.
Okay.
This is a good
time
to
do it. So what
is
is Halloween Horror Nights?
All right.
It started in 1991.
It did.
Here at Universal Orlando as Fright Nights.
Yes.
It was a 3-night event.
That's it.
And there was one haunted house.
That's it.
And that's crazy to think about because now here we are 30 years later.
Yeah.
Universal's Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Florida is the world's premier Halloween event.
It is massive. Things have changed a little bit. We don't have just one haunted house. There are multiple haunted houses. In fact, I believe we are up to 10 haunted houses.
So last year was a big year because we celebrated the 30th anniversary of Halloween Horror Nights. Halloween Horror Nights typically has 10 houses, multiple scare zone, which are these areas around the park itself, in the streets of the park that are themed. They have characters walking around. I'm dropping a lot of terminology here. It's hard not to.
I know. We get too excited. Let's break it down even further. Okay. So logistically, it is an event that happens multiple nights. It's not just one night anymore.
And it is a ticketed event.
It is a ticketed event.
Which means that Halloween Horror Nights takes place after the normal park hours in Universal Studios Florida.
That's right.
I only say that because there are some nights where if you're planning your vacation, you'll see that Universal Studios Florida will close at 5 or something like that because they're getting ready for the event that night.
To turn it over.
Universal's Islands of Adventure will typically stay open later. If you are coming to the park and you notice that those opening times are weird, that's why it is. Because the park itself closes for then Halloween Horror Nights for the park to transform.
Correct.
And it transform it does.
Okay. It's wild. There are decorations. I mean, it's not just haunted houses. It's not just scare zones. I mean, we have themed food and drinks. There are stations all throughout the park that have specific, really cool drinks. I don't want to give it away, but there's food that people look forward to every year. There are characters that you mentioned.
Yes, there's performers
characters,
all over the park. They're in the scare zone, just out in the streets. Some of them are on stilts, crazy, imaginative, elaborate costumes.
Yep.
Many of which are made right here by our amazing makeup artists and their teams and costuming teams, which makes it another reason that makes it one of my favorites is just seeing the inventiveness and the imagination that this dark, twisted imagination that comes out every single year.
And what's so cool about a lot of our haunted houses and scare zones, some of them are based on your favorite franchises, you know, stuff you see on TV, stuff you see on movies that we all love. But a lot of the greatest content that I have loved has been original content. So that's stories that were crafted right here in-house at Universal Orlando. And it gives, again, just everybody's, you can see imagination splashed everywhere. The haunted houses are like so intricate, and some years we have an HHN icon, Halloween Horror Nights icon, that is the representative of that year, the theme of that year. And those are all
One
original.
year it was just fear itself.
Yes. See? Look at this level of detail.
They embodied fear itself.
It's great. But those are all original Universal creations, and they have such a fan following.
Yeah.
So I love that it's kind of become its own franchise as the Halloween Horror Nights icon.
And what I love about that is we're at the life cycle of this event now, 30 years down the road.
Yeah.
Where we've now even seen sequels of these original houses, and like these characters have become mainstays and become, repeat terrorizers. I guess.
They have.
But like, so Jack the Clown, right?
Yes.
Jack the Clown started one year as an icon, and he rose to become the kind of figurehead of the event itself, which is why, of course, last year for the 30th anniversary, he was kind of the big bad, I guess, of that year.
The face.
Though they did kind of celebrate all of those icons by bringing them all back for the 30th year. But that was a big deal. I mean, the 30th year was a big deal.
Okay, so it's a ticketed event at nighttime at Universal Studios, Florida.
Haunted houses.
Yes.
That's kind of we've mentioned that a couple times. That's kind of the main thing you're going to be looking forward to when you come to Halloween Horror Nights. Like Kari said, they're super immersive walk-through experiences. All right, so Halloween Horror Nights is a pretty intense horror-themed event.
It is.
So I do want to throw in a little bit of a disclaimer. Event may be too intense for young children, and it's not recommended for children under the age of 13. No costumes or costume masks allowed.
David, you and I have gone through a haunted house together.
We did.
And I want to applaud your bravery. You went first.
That's a word. I don't know about that.
Okay, maybe not bravery. Applaud your participation. You did go in first, and I was very proud of you.
Yeah.
I know that haunted houses are not your favorite thing.
And you had a death grip on my shoulders.
100%.
And the head buried in the back.
Yes, I did. That's fair. In fact, we do have some audio of us going through that haunted house. Take a listen.
And action.
Are you going to bury your head into my back?
No, I'm not going to bury my head. Okay, get ready. Are you serious?
Oh, to take us
And cut.
David.
I'm embarrassed.
Why?
I'm ashamed of how much I screamed.
So yeah, there's a lot of screaming going on there.
A lot of screaming.
A lot of laughing too.
Sorry about your ears.
It's good.
I've worked the event before. As an entertainment manager. Shout out to my houses over the years. Seeds of Extinction, Dead Waters.
Okay.
Lunatics Playground 3D.
That was very good. That was awesome.
I hope somebody's listening from those houses and they're like, yeah, we're the best.
I was also lucky enough to one year portray the icon of Halloween Horror Nights, which was a blast. Probably my favorite memory of being part of Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Just like you said, the fans get so into it, and it's like I really felt like a celebrity. It was awesome.
One of my favorite moments of discovery between you and I was finding out that you visited my cast that year as that character.
I did. That's right.
And I had no idea it was you because I didn't really meet you until like the year after.
Yeah. I remember that. That was so fun.
And I was like, oh, that was you.
Yeah, that was like a team member engagement thing that like the icon got to walk around. Okay, we're going too deep.
We've gotten off subject. It's very easy to dive deep on these events because they're so beloved.
It is. So let's talk about ways that you can kind of enhance your Halloween Horror Nights experience.
And if you are planning on making a trip to Halloween Horror Nights, either here at Universal Orlando or over at Universal Studios Hollywood, you definitely want to do a little bit of planning ahead. You can check out the official websites for either Universal Orlando Resort or Universal Studios Hollywood. They both have a Halloween Horror Nights page where it'll have event dates, ticket and pricing information, special packages like RIP tours, which is the Halloween version of the VIP tour. All of that is on there. As a general note, the event usually runs from the beginning of September to the end of October, usually on the weekend days, but it does sometimes change from week to week and The opening and closing times can change. So easiest thing to do is just check out all that information on those official Universal websites.
Okay, so that's sort of the overview of Halloween Horror Nights.
We could keep talking about Halloween Horror Nights.
From a fan perspective. So when you're here for Halloween Horror Nights, it's not just all haunted houses and scare zones, though that is the sort of the crown jewel of the event. There are select attractions that Universal Studios Florida still has open during the event. So if you want to like hit a roller coaster and it's open, or jump on any of our 3D rides or stuff, that is always available as well.
It's a great time to do it. Usually the rides aren't too crowded during those events too. It's a nice little break from the scares.
Exactly.
Another break from the scares is the entertainment. I think we've touched on it. We've mentioned it, but there's usually a big live show.
Yep.
I don't know what's planned for this year. Last year was this incredible dancing, fire-breathing stunt extravaganza.
It really was.
And I can't wait to see what they come up with this year. Kari, have you ever stayed at a hotel during Halloween Horror Nights?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
And that is a really great way to enjoy the event because, afterwards you can just head back to your hotel either by walking there or using our shuttle service or even a water taxi. So I think that's an awesome way to kind of have an immersive vacation. Okay.
Are we following the calendar? From Halloween, we go straight into holidays.
Like quite literally straight in. I want to say there's like a few days break. And like shout out to our art team and shout out to our technical team for
park facilities that switch everything over.
Seemingly overnight, like the decor
a giant
just
tree
arrives.
appears.
Yes. And it's beautiful. And you're like from this like crazy horror filled, pumpkin extravaganza, it becomes this beautiful, classy, elegant Christmas display.
And of course, we're talking about holidays at Universal.
That's right.
Which is kind of a two-part event because over at Universal Studios Florida, we have kind of the classic holidays. They have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Diagon Alley just decorated beautifully. And then over at Universal's Islands of Adventure, that park comes to life as well for the holidays. So, of course, you have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade over there decorated. And, of course, you have Seuss Landing, which is celebrating Grinchmas.
And that is a holiday all its own.
It is.
It really is. It is centered around the Who's, the Seussian Who's over there in Whoville, and they are adorable.
Including the Grinchmas Holiday Spectacular featuring
the Grinch himself.
The Grinch.
He's there. I like how you say the Grinch.
The Grinch.
It's good.
I didn't want to go full Grinch.
Well, that is our marquee show in this marquee event, right? That's our crown jewel of entertainment for holidays. It is a full-scale stage musical.
Yeah, you're not selling it short.
I feel like I don't want to give a lot if you haven't seen Grinchmas,
a big set. They tell the story. They sing the songs.
You got to make time to come see it. It's important.
Do you know what my favorite part of the Holiday Spectacular is?
What?
Max the dog.
Oh, the dog.
The dog. Of course, you can't have the Grinch without Max.
Of course not.
Yeah.
And a little behind the scenes about Max the dog.
Tell me.
Max the dog is portrayed by
many different dogs.
Multiple dogs, and those dogs
One of them was Zoe. I remember Zoe.
Those dogs are famous, David.
They are. They're animal actors.
So they are truly the celebrities.
They always hit their marks.
Every time.
And so back to the holidays side at Universal Studios Florida, that is home to our big holiday parade.
Yes.
Which is called?
Universal's Holiday Parade featuring Macy's.
That's it. Yeah, it's a super cool parade.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous floats.
Yeah.
The performers are all dressed up. And then, of course, like you said, the Macy's balloons.
That is the feature.
From the parades in New York. And it's crazy to see. These things are massive.
Yep. One of my favorite things about the parade is because we do have a New York set here at Universal Studios Florida. If you are standing and watching the parade in the New York set, it feels like you're right there in the middle of Manhattan. It's just, that's my favorite place to watch.
Did you ever, you lived in New York. Did you ever
I did.
Do Christmas time in New York?
I was actually in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Oh my gosh.
Which was very cool. Shout out to our balloon handler teams. We know that is not an easy job, but you certainly make it look easy. So thank you for bringing that magic here to Universal.
And Kari can attest to the authenticity.
Yes. That's right. I'm telling you, those things are real.
And again, during the holidays, food and drink specials all over the resort.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Some amazing, delicious treats. And when you're by the giant Christmas tree, keep an eye out for Earl the Squirrel.
Okay, Earl?
He's become kind of a local celebrity here.
He has. Last year there was some really cool Earl the Squirrel merchandise. I was all about that.
He's got his own tree farm now.
Yeah, he does.
Earl the Squirrel's huge.
Earl the Squirrel is an original character here at Universal.
I think it came from a joke.
I think it did.
It was like there was an actual squirrel that was living in the tree.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, well, now you're Earl the Squirrel.
Well, check it out. Earl pops out of the tree intermittently, so that is a really cute Easter egg if you're over in the New York area.
And there's even some wonderful musical performances during the holidays as well.
There's so much going on. And we can't forget the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Yes, so the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, both Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, have their own holiday celebration.
Yes, they dress up as well. The whole land dresses up. I mean, there's decorations and there's holiday overlays on some of the shows. There's Christmas music. There's also a show on select nights, The Magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle. It is a projection show on Hogwarts Castle, and it is absolutely stunning. It's a great way to end your day and being Christmassy. And the holiday celebration is not just limited to the parks. My friends, if you are at a hotel, there are some amazing holiday celebrations over there, all different types of celebrations, different types of holidays. So extend your fun over there at the hotels.
Yeah. So come on by during Universal Holidays. Say hello to the big man in red, Santa Claus.
That's right.
Come ho, 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 fa la la. Rock those jingle bells.
Do it. Okay. We got one more.
Should we get some honorable mentions in before we dive into Mardi Gras?
Probably should.
Okay. So technically, there are some more marquee events.
Yes.
Two of which are also happening at the time of this recording.
Yes.
Which is Grad Bash and Grad Venture.
Yep.
Those are big celebrations for graduating high schoolers. And so Grad Venture is for the middle school grads, right?
Yep.
And then Grad Bash is the graduating high schoolers that get to come to the park for a special event with all their awesome chaperones, and they just have a blast. I did not get that when I graduated high school.
I'm so jealous that all these amazing local schools get to come and chill here.
I mean, I was in high school in Alaska, so that would have been quite the trip to come to Universal Studios.
Yeah, that would have been a whole thing.
We went to a Boy Scout camp, but it was a blast.
I'll bet that was
there
fun.
was bonfire and canoeing and music and stuff. But
okay, but was it as cool as hanging out at Universal Studios after hours?
Probably not.
There's also another event that we have annually called Rock the Universe. That's an annual event that is Florida's biggest Christian music festival. So there's a lot of really great music going on at our Music Plaza stage, as well as other stages throughout Universal Studios Florida.
Yeah. And I think we got to mention New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah. Big events.
Celebrate that countdown to midnight.
Yep.
And I've been here for New Year's Eve a couple times.
It's
a
wild.
lot of fun. Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
So
that was, those are the quick ones. Now we're going back to the last of the big three of three, Mardi Gras here at Universal Orlando.
Currently happening, like David said.
As we're recording, yep.
Yes. Mardi Gras there's so much going on, all right? So there is entertainment galore. We have stilt walkers out there. We have amazing dancers. We have really cool characters that are hanging out there throwing beads. They're getting you hyped, getting you activated party. It's all about laughing, having a good time. We change our background music in the park. We have a lot of sort of Cajun-inspired music. Always sights and sounds off the charts.
I think the tagline is like Florida's biggest party, right?
Yeah.
So during the day, they have the performers out there dancing in the streets, wild costumes.
Yep.
People on stilts hanging out with you. And then in the evening, they bring it home with the big Mardi Gras parade.
The parade is also off the charts.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Tons of floats.
Yeah. So if you've ever been lucky enough to go to the Mardi Gras in New Orleans, you know it's all about.
I've been adjacent. I've never been there during actual Mardi Gras.
Okay, me either. Maybe we need to take a trip.
Just after, just before.
Great.
Well, and it's wild as it is.
Yeah. Well, you know there are just colors, beads, glitter galore everywhere. I mean, it is like so much fun. We got bead captains out there on our floats. They're throwing beads to you. There's glitter cannons backstage. All these performers are like covered in glitter, just looking great, feeling great, having a good time, laughing. That's what Mardi Gras is all about. I will tell you, I worked Mardi Gras 1 year.
Did you?
I did.
No.
I was what they call a party motivator over at the Music Plaza stage. I was in charge of throwing beads to our guests that were waiting for our Mardi Gras concerts. We also have a Mardi Gras concert series.
Okay, we'll touch on that in a second.
Yes, and my job was to keep people excited in case the band was a little bit late.
Okay.
That was my whole job. So I was armed with like Universal trivia and like songs I could sing or like shout outs I could make. Of course, I have this whole box of beads and that was my job. But the end of the story is I was also covered in glitter. And for about 2 weeks after the event, anytime I would like sneeze or anytime I would like glitter would just fly out of my face. So you know it's Mardi Gras season when the asphalt is glistening outside at Universal Orlando Resort.
And there are ways for the guests to get involved in the Mardi Gras parade.
Yeah.
So there are opportunities during the day. They'll have the bead captains out there trying to sign you up to be on the float.
Yep.
It's one thing to be in the streets and catching the beads and celebrating the parade. It's a whole nother experience to be on the float itself.
Yep.
Everyone's screaming, throwing their arms up at you like, throw me some beads.
Yep.
And I've done it a few times, throwing the beads off the thing. I was actually, I got to sit in the throne. I was like the king of the parade one time. I don't know how it happened. I think we happened to be on the king and queen float. And they were like, you want to be the king and queen? And I was like, yeah,
of course I do. Definitely. Can't say no to
and
that.
they give you this big coat and a big, crown and everything.
I need pictures.
And we got, they're somewhere. I have them somewhere. But yeah, you get to throw the beads out. Your arm is tired. One block into it, and you got, to make it all the way around the parade route.
It's a blast.
Oh, the parade, the whole event, super authentic.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So there are some floats that are the same from year to year. There's our famous giant, it's like 3-piece gator.
Oh, yes.
Giant alligator that makes its way through the streets. But then on certain years, they'll mix it up. They'll have a theme each year. Like this year was space. So there's aliens and astronauts.
World. Yeah. You got to check it out.
I remember one year there was bees. Everyone was like, they're all animals. No, they were all different animals. So like one was like bumblebees and they're all dancing around. Yeah.
Mardi Gras is so much fun. Now, the past couple of years, Universal's not slouching on the Mardi Gras tastes either. Okay. It has become a whole event that people come just to sample the food. We have different stations all throughout Universal Studios Florida that have different food offerings. Now, you're going to have your standard Cajun fare. You're going to have your shrimp boil. You're going to have your crawdads. You're going to have your beignets.
Michelle's favorite.
Michelle loves
the beignets.
Michelle digs the beignets.
I have no idea how to spell beignets. Every time I try to spell it. Begnets. B-I-G-N.
Give me those beignets.
I don't know, but I know what they taste like.
They are so good. And if that's all you have had a successful foodie experience. But if you want to branch out a little bit, there's a variety of menu options of dishes for every palate. I know last year it was Taste of Carnival, so there were different countries,
island-inspired flavors.
Different countries represented. It was really cool. I tried stuff that I never have tried before because it was a sort of globally inspired menu.
This year we've tried something I've never tried before. So we had at Twosome Chocolate Emporium and Savory Feast Kitchen.
Ooh.
They have a special Mardi Gras milkshake.
Yes.
And it featured ube.
Did you know what ube was, David?
I don't know what ube was. It's purple.
It was it's a purple sweet potato.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's delicious.
Yes.
And they actually have ube ice cream. Yes. Sorry. Give them a shout out.
Yep. That's right. Thank you to Executive City Walk Chef Marcos Colon. That helped us
shout out.
Yes, that helped us understand what ube was. But they do have ube soft serve ice cream here at Universal Studios Florida.
With a bubble waffle.
Yes. I don't know what that is.
It's a waffle. It's got little bubbles. It looks. I don't know. We're gonna eat one though.
I've seen it on Instagram though, and I want to put it in my face.
Should we? Let's go put stuff in our face.
Okay.
Let's go. Why don't we take a little walk around the park?
Let's do it.
Let's see what we can see. I haven't cheated. I haven't actually looked at the menu of all the different stands. So if we walk around, we might just see something that catches our eye and try it.
Okay, I'm excited. Let's go.
My friends, let the good times roll.
Those are beautiful. They look like little roasted potato coins with like a drizzle on top.
There's like a garlic aioli on them.
Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful little plates.
Also, our executive producer Michelle has a sopapilla. Sopapilla? Is that how you say it?
You're killing it.
I don't think I am. I'm learning. David, you speak better Spanish than I do. Tell me how you pronounce that.
Sopapilla.
Sopapilla. Those are really cool. These like fork chopsticks situations.
For your noodles?
And I'm tearing up
ramen Thai noodle thing going on?
Yeah. It's called shrimp laksa. I think I'm saying that correctly. I've shrimp, chicken, tofu, and a hard-boiled egg in like a coconut curry broth with ramen noodles and like bean sprouts. I'm in heaven right now.
That's so good.
It's so good.
I'm eating these sopapillas. It's almost like a savory beignet. It's like a little pocket of fried pastry. But there's this like spicy salsa on it and cheese. Amazing.
And these are really big portions. This is the Chana Masala, listeners. It's a chickpea curry. There's an onion tomato salad with basmati rice. There's naan bread. And there's also like a whole garden on top of it. Like beautiful.
Red onions. You know who would love that? Chelsea. Shout out to your
That's right.
best
Shout out to
friend,
my bestie Chelsea. She digs the
She would just be sitting here picking those red onions off and eating them.
Incredible.
Hey, throw me something, mister.
David, I'm stuffed.
I did not expect to stuff myself. And I have.
It was worth it. Okay.
I'm ready for a nap. We got to finish this episode.
I know. We got a lot more to talk about. Real quick, of the delicious food adventure that we went on, what was your favorite dish that you tried today?
the noodles that you had.
Yeah.
What was it called?
That was shrimp laksa.
That was so delicious.
That
The
was
broth
my
was
favorite.
amazing. The most surprising one were the Creole crab beignets.
Yes.
Like a combination of flavors I didn't expect, and it was really, really good.
Scrumptious.
I feel guilty because I feel like by the time this episode is out, the event's going to be over. But the good news is that Halloween Horror Nights is just around the corner.
That's right.
And I just have a feeling that they're going to have some new amazing foods for that event as well.
They always do.
Holidays right around the corner after that, and it'll be next year's Mardi Gras before you know it.
I'm ready.
Maybe some of our listeners will be listening to this episode, by Mardi Gras time next year.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait
they'll
to see.
be primed and ready to come try all the amazing foods.
Can't wait to see what's in store. Oh, nice. All right. We got to keep going on here. All right. We got a lot more to cover talking about events. David, you wanted to mention the concert series that we have as part of Mardi Gras.
I just wanted to spotlight the concerts themselves because that is probably my favorite part of the Mardi Gras event and maybe one of my favorite events all year round.
Yeah.
Just the fact that we have amazing concerts from like big name artists that come here and play amazing shows right there in the Music Plaza stage.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I've had so many like surreal experiences standing there because just the way it's designed, it's so beautiful. The stage is great, but then you have Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. The loop is right behind the stage and the coaster's going and the lights are going and it's just a wild venue.
It
and
really
it's such
is.
a cool thing to be a part of those concerts. And I've seen, some of my favorite concerts of my life there.
So yeah, definitely come see the concert series if you can. So we have covered a lot of events. I think all of the events, especially those 3 big marquee events.
We've touched on them, yeah.
Yes. All right, David, listeners, we hope that you've been paying attention. I want to quiz you on all the Universal Orlando Resort specific terms that we use as part of our marquee events. I'm going to throw out the definition, and then you need to give me the terms. Okay, here we go. Question 1. What are the powder sugar-coated dessert treats at Mardi Gras?
Beignets.
Nice.
Bignets.
Very good.
That's how I remember how to spell it.
What is the soft nasal prosthesis that some of our Who's wear during the hula days?
Who knows?
That's correct. Very good. What is, okay, you only have 5 seconds. What is the the dark covered internal space that our characters use to pop out?
Boo hole.
Yes, very good. What is the delicious treat also part of Mardi Gras that has a baby, little baby in it?
A king cake.
Yeah, that's right. What is the celebration? It is sort of the original holiday of Universal.
The original holiday of Universal?
Yeah. It might be named after a Seussian character.
Oh, original, like they made it up.
Yeah.
Grinchmas.
Very good. Last question
I said Halloween Horror Nights because that was the first one.
Okay, that was very good. Last question. What is the general term for the spotlit bad guy of the Halloween Horror Nights season?
The icon.
Very good, David. You got 6 points. What does he win? Executive producer Michelle?
More
ice
beignets.
That was very good.
We have some more beignets over in the break room over there.
We had to get some to go. It's worth it. They're good for a reheat.
I was more impressed by your on-the-spot descriptions than my answers.
Well, thank you. I mean, I'm just saying I feel very well-versed in Universal holidays. I was lucky enough to perform in all 3 of our marquee events.
Nice.
You were too.
I've worked one of the events as a manager. I performed in one of the events, and I've never actually worked at Mardi Gras, but I have tossed beads at Mardi Gras. There we go.
All right, my friends, we want to take you down memory lane in this episode for a little Take 5 rewind.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, wait, we already have a sound effect. Just play that. Number 1, there are 3 main events all year round. Of course, we have Halloween Horror Nights in the fall, holidays at Universal over the holiday season, and then Universal's Mardi Gras in the spring. Always something going on, always something to look forward to.
That's right. And all 3 of those events can be found at Universal Orlando Resort. And lucky for you, if you are at Universal Studios Hollywood, you can enjoy the holiday season and their version of Halloween Horror Nights. So those 2 events are bi-coastal.
Number 2, remember Halloween Horror Nights and Rock the Universe are separately ticketed events, as are Grad Bash at Grad Venture, but you would get those tickets through your school.
Also, Mardi Gras and the holidays, that's included in your daily ticket. And remember, if you do want to nab those express passes, that is also available for Halloween Horror Nights. You can also get yourself a frequent fear pass.
Just check the Universal Orlando website for more info on those tickets.
And our show notes.
Number 3, our big marquee events typically feature unique food offerings.
That's right. You are going to find specific offerings. There's a variety of menus, a variety of palettes. If you are vegan or vegetarian or you have any special dietary restrictions, you will absolutely find something that is delicious for you.
Themed foods during the special events, themed specialty drinks. Great stuff.
Get in there.
As we found out today.
Yes, we did.
Number 4, don't forget to utilize the official Universal Orlando app to navigate most of our events as they're happening.
Yes, and if you are here to visit any of those specific food booths, they will give you all those locations on the interactive map as well, so check that out.
And number 5, stay at one of our Universal Orlando hotels to maximize the experience during the events. Maybe after a long day, a long night out, having some fun at Halloween Horror Nights, partying it up during Mardi Gras, or enjoying just that holiday spirit. There's no better way to end your day than just cozying into your comfy bed here at one of the hotels.
That's right. And remember, our hotels do have events of their own. So if you're hanging out at Los Portofino Bay, you can enjoy Harbor Nights. That's a on-the-water celebration. If you are over at Hard Rock Hotel Orlando, you can enjoy Velvet Sessions. There are specific events all throughout. Definitely check the show notes and check the official app or the Universal Orlando website for all of those hotel events.
Well, thank you so much for listening, everybody. If you've never been to one of our events here at Universal Orlando, we hope we gave you a little teaser, a little information on what you can expect, and hope we got you excited about coming to visit.
Oh, yeah.
If you are a big fan and you already know all about those events, we hope you'll stay tuned for us in the future, as we will definitely be taking a deep dive and really exploring, getting to know the nitty-gritty about all these awesome happenings at Universal Orlando. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll be taking a look at the logistics of a vacation here at Universal Orlando.
Very helpful if you have never visited. This is going to be the episode for you.
We are going to try to answer every question we can think of, and hopefully some more after that as well. But, just the simple stuff: how to get here, how to get in the parks, how to enjoy your awesome vacation so you can just rest, relax, and enjoy.
David, this was a really fun episode. Sorry, I'm laughing.
I'm glad you had a good time. I had a good time.
I had a great time. I'm full of delicious Mardi Gras food. I am so excited for Halloween Horror Nights that's around the corner.
Can't wait.
And the holidays right after that.
It's going to be here before we know it.
I know. I can't wait to experience it. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, David, as always, for being my gracious...
Thank me?
Yes.
Thank you.
My gracious co-host. Thank you to our executive producer, Michelle, our engineer, Art, and Gil, and all of you out there listening. Hope you come see us for all of our marquee events. To learn more about Universal Parks and Resorts, head to our show notes for links to our Discover Universal blog for a more in-depth look around our destination. While you're there, sign up to receive emails that will include articles, videos, and this podcast delivered right to your inbox to prepare for your next vacation. If you liked what you heard, leave us a review and don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.